Previously on Ready to Die.
I have worked as an assistant public defender. I have worked as an associate juvenile court judge. And for the last 15 years, I have been serving Georgia families as an assistant district attorney and now chief senior assistant district attorney.
Love attended Morris Brown and Georgia Tech for her undergrad before going to Georgetown Law. Now Love is ready to take an aggressive stance on gang violence.
And that's particularly relevant in this particular race because unfortunately we're seeing here in our circuit a growing gang problem. And I have been specially trained to handle those kinds of cases.
Love wants to establish a gang unit. She also plans to tackle violence against women and children.
Those take a special kind of prosecution and a special kind of willingness to actually work hard and talk and work with your victims and your witnesses to successfully bring them to trial.
Love says young people accused of crime should have better options besides getting locked up.
Because as our next district attorney, I intend to implement a school justice program to help get at-risk kids who are on track to going to jail out of the criminal justice system and work with our schools, our...
My name is Adrian Love, and I'm a proud Soperton native and resident, Morris Brown College, Georgia Tech, and Georgetown Law graduate, and now our candidate for Dublin District Attorney. My Truitland County roots go back 5 generations. Mama, Daddy, and a host of my aunts, uncles, and cousins still live in Soperton, and so do I. My grandfather was John Henry Love Sr., and I grew up working in the tobacco fields on his farm to help buy those things that might have been considered luxuries to a girl like me growing up on a farm in Soperton. On June 9th, I was blessed to make history as the first woman and the first African American to seek and win a party's nomination for district attorney in Lawrence, Johnson, Truitland, or Twiggs County. I am passionate about serving and protecting this community, and with your help, we can start protecting Middle Georgia families and businesses even better and make history on November 3rd by electing one of our own, Adrian Love, for district attorney. Paid for by the committee to elect Adrian Love, district attorney.
Case together as you try it. I'm going to take a recess for a few minutes. I can't figure out what it is. If it's disingenuous, but it is baffling that somebody with the number of years of experience that you have, time after time after time, continues to hide the ball to the extent you possibly can for as long as you possibly can. And I really don't want to believe that it is purposeful, but honestly, after a certain number of times, you start to wonder how it could be anything but that, unless it is just that you are so unorganized that you are throwing this case together as you try it. And I am sorry to say that, but this case is being made much more difficult for everybody because of the haphazard way in which it is being presented. I'm going to take a recess for a few minutes. I'll have a ruling when I get back.
You know, the key word here is incompetent.
This video contains gratuitous use of profanity and uncomfortable pauses to compensate for lack of professionalism and original thought. Viewer discretion advised.
We did have discussion.
When?
Well, this morning. When you
That's too late. The evidence is excluded. The evidence is excluded. I'm going to exclude because I told you that this was going to happen.
we reached out
No. We're excluding that,
Your Honor.
and I'm going to exclude the PowerPoint that you all submitted. Well, you're not going to wholesale introduce it.
We had no intention, Your Honor.
All right.
Let me just be real clear. We did not intend to introduce that PowerPoint today. I have personally reached out via telephone and called at least 2 members of the defense team and asked them to call me back. And I would like
But you all should not be identifying this stuff the moment of trial while the jury's sitting in a box. This is the last. I am not going to tolerate this any further. If you don't get together with your colleagues and flag issues and resolve them promptly, and if I have to take them up, remember, I can exclude them. We'll work the weekends, or we'll do a combination of both. So this time, I'm going to exclude those 2 sections.
Your Honor, Mr. Atkins, he confronted this witness with those sections. I last week let them know that we were introducing that.
If the exhibit's not ready and you haven't made, and you, no, well, Mr. Sharp's got objections to it.
But Judge, Mr. Sharp can get in and have our evidence excluded every day that he makes an objection
No.
at midnight, and then comes in and says.
Well, then you all should have gotten your stuff together before then. Summon our juries, please. Summon our juries. Have a seat, madam. Have a seat. You better exclude that, and next time, make sure you're prepared.
Judge,
Make sure you're prepared next time. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm just not. We are starting right now. It's 1:20. So
we have talked to them. We have said we don't agree.
then file a motion and get it before me, and we'll take it up. Both of you all have equally responsibility to do that.
Inadmissible. The information they are seeking.
Oh, it's going to be inadmissible right now.
I'm saying, Judge, that you said to file a motion. There's nothing.
I'm not going to have any more discussion about this, madam. I'm not.
We talked to them this morning
I don't.
about that.
Well, you know what?
And I attempted to try to talk to them earlier this week.
Well, then that's why we have to.
Not so the court punishes the state because the defense.
I'm not punishing anybody, but but prior preparation prevents poor performance.
Be prepared, Judge. That's why I sent them what I sent them last week. A whole week and a half ago, 2 weeks, Your Honor. And I have said I would like to discuss.
Our jury's coming in, madam. Our jury's coming in. Have a seat.
And I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you meddling kids.